My name is Daily Prayer. I'm actually an educational consultant.
There is a case about you being arrested by the police and being manhandled. So, can you just brief us about the story and all of the scenario that happened?
Surprisingly, on the 25th of February, I was prepared for work already, going to school because I teach in schools. So I was going to school that morning when I got a call from my mom. She told me the police came to her house to invite my dad and herself for questioning. And I requested, should I come over? That would my presence be needed. She said I should come. Because there was no one at home as at that time. My sister is not staying with them. My junior brothers has gone to school. So I'm the one a little bit closer to them as at that time. So I actually took off to go and meet her at Ogun police station at Greek. I was about getting to the police station when she called again. She told me I was the one being accused of some things. What exactly is this thing? She said a neighbor of hers, which was my dad's neighbor, in their area, Agbede to be precise, reported that he saw me when I came to burn his car. I actually laughed it off. And I was like, that's a false accusation, at least. Let me come to the police and actually explain myself and see what exactly is going on. On getting to the station that morning, I met my dad, already putting down a statement. And I wasn't allowed to talk to him. I was told to sit where the suspects are sitting, at the suspect's corner, rather. So I sat there for some minutes. When my dad was done putting down the statement, I think the IPO in charge of the case called me on to put down my statement, and I asked her, what exactly is wrong? Why should I put down a statement? At least someone should explain what is going on. Then she told me the man seated accused me of setting ablaze his vehicle. This is surprising information. I don't understand what's going on. From where to where? I stay at Ogijo. Ogijo is located at Ogun State. If you are very familiar with Ogijo, you will know where Ogijo is, Ogijo area. And these people reside at Agbede, Lushugo, that's that with two axes. How would he say he saw me? Then he said I should not say anything, she's not ready to listen to anything, that I should put down a statement. Okay, what do you want me to write in the statement? She told me to write information about myself, who I am, what I do. I put those things down. Then she started asking questions. Where was I on the 20th of February? She said on the 20th of February, I was at home. My home is where my work is, my tutorial is. So it's on the same compound. So from work, I was at home all through the day. She claimed the incident happened. Then she said the incident happened as at 4 a.m. in the morning on the 20th, Thursday morning, 4 a.m. That makes the matter more confusing. How on earth would I have transported myself as I heard her of the day down to Agbede to burn a vehicle? On what basis and for what reason? I guess the police were not ready to listen to anything I have to say. After writing down the statement of where I was and what I know, I was told to return back to the suspect corner. So I had to sit for, let's say, close to 3-4 hours. I think around 12, the DPO arrived. She called us, myself, my dad, my mom, and the complainant, which was the man who complained that his vehicle was burnt, in person of Mr. Akindele Urimugunje. Because fortunately, I did not even know his name until that said day. The DPO asked a question and was like, he should lay his complaint. He laid his complaint. I defended myself. I told her where I was, how I moved, what transpired. I don't know about anything transpiring between myself and him. I left the area, let's say, over 8 years now. Since 2012, I left Agbede. I've been sourcing for greener pastures on my own, trying to earn a living, trying to survive, trying to make myself a better human being, as every other human being would. So I was very surprised that he accusing me for such a circumstance or issue. Now expecting that the police are going to run investigation on the whole issue, the DPO just asked us to get out of the office and told the officer in charge to continue on our investigation. And she told me to sit back at the suspect's corner. The IPO wasn't around. She left it as soon as the DPO discharged us. She got out of the office. Nobody could locate her. They tried calling her because we could not do anything on the case. So far, she's the one handling the case. We could not do anything on the matter in her absence. My parents called on a lawyer. They tried to raise bail. They said they could not do anything except the IPO is around. We waited for the IPO. My dad waited and they told me I could not go home. My dad, my mom, and all other family members that were actually coming to see me, they waited for like the whole day. Until 9 p.m. in the night, the DPO asked them to go home, that they would continue the whole issue tomorrow, but I could not go home. The IPO returned to the office around 10:11. I asked her, what's up with my case? She said she can't do anything except the complainer is around. And they would have to wait till the next day. I would have to stay in the police station till the next day, in detention. Okay. I had to apply.
Were you allowed to contact your lawyer before?
A lawyer came in place that day before the DPO hear us out.
Was that your lawyer or?
My dad's lawyer.
Your dad's lawyer, okay.
He got the lawyer, I don't know how. He was able to get the lawyer, and the lawyer came, at the hearing of the DPO. And I think, like I said earlier, they said we could not do anything except the IPO is on seat. So he had to leave. He motioned bail. They said they couldn't accept until the IPO is on seat. Now the next day, my parents came in the morning, let's say around 7. The complainant isn't around, the IPO was around, and she said we would have to wait for the complainant before they can carry on anything. The complainant arrived at the station after 9 to 10, let's say 9 to 10. He arrived. What's next to do? The IPO said they'll be going to their own area, that is Agbede, for investigation. Then after that, they will be going to my own area for investigation. I said, I'm very much okay by that. Let the investigation begin. Before I could know it, she came in with an handcuff and she cuffed off my hand. And I was like, I'm not a criminal. You can't just treat me like a criminal. I think you want to run an investigation, fine, let us go. I walked into the station with my legs to clarify myself. But now I'm being treated as a criminal, which is very, very unfair. And mind you, we've exceeded the normal time I'm meant to spend in the station. I came here yesterday morning and I've been detained since around 8 in the morning, and this is after 10. She did not even listen to me. She wasn't even ready to talk. She wasn't even ready to say anything. Fine. I had to, follow them. Now, on our way getting out of the station, the DPO was coming in. They had to greet the DPO, and she called one of the senior officers in charge of the case. I don't know what he told them. So I was taken back inside, uncuffed. Then I asked what exactly is going to happen. Then the IPO said they've charged the case to court. Without any investigation, there is no investigation, no concrete evidence, no physical evidence that I was the one that did what the man claimed I did. I was charged to court around 11 in the morning. I don't know what transpired in court. I only knew the case was delayed till around 2 in the afternoon before the magistrate came in to, judge the case or whatsoever. I'm not familiar with court cases, so I don't know how it's been done. But I was called upon around that 2 in the afternoon, that is on the next day, which is on the 26th, with a lawyer that I was able to get by my dad. Got into the court. They asked me if I'm guilty or not. I claimed I wasn't guilty of the case. And the magistrate, gave me bail. Now, before this bail could be raised, I had been cuffed again. And I asked the IPO, what's next? Please, won't you allow my family to, process the bill. She said, no, it's none of our business. So at that instant, I was placed in a vehicle and I was taken down to Kirikiri. I spent 6 days from Wednesday in Kirikiri. My bill was, put to place on Monday, which was on the 2nd of March. So I think I was freed on Monday, 2nd of March 2020. I was allowed to, go home. But the bone of contention on the whole issue is the police. They did not do anything concerning the whole issue. I really don't know. It was as if the case was staged. Because anybody that would hear the matter would be like, what exactly is the evidence? Or what is the basis of the whole issue? Because myself, I'm not used to the area. I don't live with them. Like I said earlier, I left that area 8 years ago. I don't live there. I come home once in a while. I come home to check on my parents, and I think this year I've been home just twice before the incident happened. I was home on the 31st of last year, stroke the 1st of this year, and I was even unable to spend the New Year day with them. I only crossed over at the house and I left there the following morning. And the second day I was at home was on the 13th of February. And on that 13th, I went home to drop a business proposal for my dad to sign. And those was the 2 times I was at home this year. So I was surprised when the man claimed he saw me in the area on the 18th of February. And on that 18th, I was at work. Every of the information was false. But the police, who were meant to investigate the matter purposely, intentionally, did not investigate the whole issue. And I was detained for no reason and I ran to court. Before taking me to court, they were meant to carry out the investigation. That was why I was cuffed in the first place. Yeah. So they told me we were going to both areas to investigate the issue. But on getting out of the station, the DPO came in. She spoke with them. I don't know what. I was taken back inside, uncuffed, and I was arraigned to court.
So which court were you taken to? What's the name of the court?
Italewa Magistrate Court. Court 4.
Magistrate Court?
Yeah.
Where?
Italewa Court.
So what was the verdict that was given to you?
She granted me bail on that day. She adjourned the case.
She adjourned the case?
Yes.
So what was the basis of the adjournment?
On that first day, I was just asked whether I'm guilty or not. I don't know how it goes on about in court because I've not been there before. I was just asked whether I was guilty or not, and I told them I wasn't guilty. And at that instant, she went through something I don't know. Then she granted me bail, and she adjourned the case to the 2nd of next month. That's all I was aware. Then in the next instance, she asked us to get out.
After the whole adjournment and the whole bail condition was granted, where were you taken to next?
I was taken to prison, medium prison, Kirikiri. I got to Kirikiri on that 26th, which was on Wednesday, and I was bailed.
March?
Yeah, February. Yeah, February. And I was bailed out on the 2nd of March. So that makes it 6 days in Kirikiri.
And the complainant said anything afterwards?
I don't know. I have not seen him, and I don't think I have to see him. But the only thing I could know is after the whole, rant and the whole issue, he sent me a friend request on Facebook. I don't know the reason why he actually decided to choose me as a suspect or as a prime suspect. But I can actually recall that 21 years ago, he had an issue with my dad. Now this issue is about theft in the community. The community was still fresh then, and my dad actually caught someone who was stealing cement and placing it at the back of our compound. So now when the whole issue was linked, it was linked to him that he sent that man to go and steal those cement. And this issue was taken to Ogun police station, this same police station. They actually referred the issue as a community issue, that they should go and settle it amicably in the community, which we did. And since then, the matter was down, was settled and over. And everybody has been going their own way, different way. Nobody sees anybody. It has been peaceful since then. So not until this whole issue sprang up. So I can't really say this is the basis of why he did what he did. But personally, I have no issues with him.